Hey everyone, it's Action Jacqueline, your fellow alopecia princess. Thank you for tuning in to the Alopecia Princess channel. A couple months ago, I conducted a poll on my Instagram and I asked you guys for how long you keep your synthetic wigs. The answers were so varied that I couldn't do anything with the data that I collected. I think it was a very nuanced question that I oversimplified. What I should have been asking was, for how long do you keep your high-end synthetic wigs versus how long you keep your synthetic wigs? Because I mean, synthetic wigs are not all created equally. You can get them at different price points. If you, for instance, go into a beauty supply store, you can get a synthetic wig for as low as like $20. Of course, you know, as an alopecia princess, I'm not wearing a $20 wig because I have very specific needs that with every need, it raises the price, right? In fact, it raised the price so high that I no longer even shop inside the beauty supply store that often for synthetic wigs, for wigs in general. So that's the question for today. For how long we are keeping our Jean Renault, Estetica, Gabor, Raquel Welch wig. How many wears do we get out of it? I know I talk about this topic quite frequently. That's because it's a topic that often comes up in my world. I'm going to tell you a little story and I'm going to ask you guys if you've ever experienced anything like what I experience quite often. I buy a wig and I like the wig, right? So I buy it again and again and again. And somehow every time I buy the same wig, it presents differently. It's actually very infrequent that I get the same exact wig. It's sometimes the fiber just feels a little different. It moves a little differently. It just behaves a little differently. It's very strange. I can't explain it. But it also plays a role in how long the units last. For instance, I bought a showstopper wig by Raquel Welch a few years ago, and I wore that wig probably 5 days a week for a full year and a half, and it just kept going. It was like the best wig in the world. So I went ahead and I bought like 2 or 3 more. And I've never had that same experience with any of those other Spotlight Elite wigs. It was very odd because that first wig, I actually still have it and I still pull it out and wear it when I want to go swimming. It is still in good enough condition after all this time to wear in the pool and still look cute. But the other ones, they're in the trash already. Just recently, I purchased this. This is Ariana by Jean Renault. It's a very, very straight, long piece. It landed somewhere around here and there were absolutely no layers in it whatsoever. I saw a video of someone else wearing it and I just fell in love with it and I was like, I have to have it. So I bought it, I put it on, and I really just looked like a long stick. It just took all the life out of my skin. It was the oddest thing. I don't know if it was the color or what. Anyway, I wore it for maybe 3 days, and in those 3 days, I felt just as badly as I looked in the wig. You know, I looked drab and tired, and because I looked that way, I felt that way. So after the 3rd day, I put it aside and I thought to myself, well, there goes another $200 down the drain. And then somewhere along the line, I said to myself, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not wasting $200. I'm going to go get it. So I pulled it out and I wore it a couple days again, and same situation. I just felt horrible in it. You guys, you know how emotional this alopecia is. I was diagnosed with alopecia well over 30 years ago, and it still presents as a problem for me in my life. There are times in my life where the alopecia just takes over my whole world, and it's all I think about. What is my hair going to look like? Does my hair look right? I need to buy a new wig. It just takes over my whole world. Please comment below if you've experienced the same thing. So anyway, by this time I've worn it 5-6 times, and it's too late to return it, of course. So I decided to take a scissor to it. I'm pretty good at cutting hair, so you know, I was confident in doing that. I cut the hair, I gave it some layers, I put some curls in it, and I still hated it. So yeah, there you have it. I wore a total of about eight times, and here it is. And I'm going to I'm going to just drop her in the trash because she's literally causing me distress at this time. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about in this video is when it's time to save money, don't do it at the cost of your peace of mind. When it comes to your alopecia, something that is such an emotional issue in your life, I don't think that's the time to try to save a buck. If you were wondering, right now I'm wearing the Zara Petite wig in color Shaded Praline, which is 12FS8. So this is what she looks like under the light. This is not natural light. I'm filming in my closet. Anyway, I'm tossing that one in the trash. I have started to actually throw away wigs after 1 month of wear, because usually I think 1 month is my cutoff. I do wear them every day. So it's a full day of wear for 30 days. Maybe I can get 31, 32 days out of it. But after day 33, if I'm still wearing it, then I need somebody to come and tell me, Jackie, take that off. You look miserable and your hair looks miserable and it's making you miserable. So I'm training my husband to come and tell me that whenever I start behaving miserably. It's usually because of my hair. I hate to say that, but it's a real thing. Aesthetically, if you are not up to par emotionally, you're gonna just feel rubbish about yourself. So comment below if you've experienced something similar, and I'd love to know how long you're holding on to your high-end synthetics. By the way, my low-end synthetics, like this is my Butter Lace unit number 6 by Sensational. This is my favorite low-budget wig. I really like it, but I only get 7 comfortable days out of it. After day 7, if I'm still wearing it, I've become miserable and I look miserable. Be kind to yourself, and as soon as you notice your wig is ratty, change it and put on a new fresh one, because it's not worth the emotional strain of walking around with a wig that you're worried looks stiff and fake and ridiculous, and you're just trying to save, like, I don't know, if you break down the cost per day, you're trying to save, like, I don't know, maybe $6 or $7 per day. It's just not worth it. Of course, I'm coming from a place where I'm fortunate enough to be able to do that. So I would say, man, I wish I had better advice for those of you right now struggling financially and you're unable to keep up your appearance. Hats, scarves, those sort of things. Human hair wigs are a really great option because they last much longer. However, they do require a lot of upkeep, especially if you start getting into lighter color wigs like the ones I wear now. Back when I was in my 20s and I wore dark hair, I could keep a wig forever, and it was great. But then, you know, I got older, my skin started to change, the blue hues started to come out of my skin, and I realized that I had to lighten up my hair, because I think naturally my hair would have gotten lighter by now at my ripe age. I just turned 48 on October 2nd, and yeah, so I'm blonde now instead of brunette like I was for several years. Anyway, back when I was a brunette, this wasn't an issue because the wigs were not heavily processed like bleach blonde wigs are. The wigs don't last as long, and they require a lot more conditioning and deep treatments and things like that. So I prefer to stay away from them. In the wintertime, I do like to wear human hair wigs though, because wool clothes, acrylics, those kind of heavy winter fabrics, they don't play well with synthetic fibers. So especially if you're not changing your wig every month, your hair is going to look horrible and you're going to feel rubbish. It's a real hopeless feeling. So I would try to avoid that at all costs, because it wears down on your soul. That kind of depression is actually detrimental to your physiological well-being. You will get sick in other ways, and I have terrible stomach problems that I blame completely on stress, and the stress I blame on my alopecia. Because if I could blame anything on anything, it's gonna be my alopecia. Anyway, guys, let's talk about my bag of the day. This is the Patricia Nash bag in denim. Let me know if you want me to do a whole full review on this bag. I picked this up during the Macy's sale. I had been looking for a denim quilted bag for ever since I saw the Yves Saint Laurent puffer bag, but the bag really is like, I want to say like $4,000 at this point. And if I'm going to spend $4,000 on something, it's not going to be a bag. It's probably going to be a wig. So I opted for this beautiful Patricia Nash bag that was just over $100. So let me know if you want me to do a full review of this bag. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I had a good time filming this video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Peace.